All right, so thank you everyone. As you have already known, this webinar is regarding the future growth corridor of Velimela because we have seen significant developments in Velimela in last few months. So primarily, you have seen multiple projects coming from My Home, Prestige, and many tier one developers in last few months, and also in subsequent months. Also, we're going to see many other projects coming up over here in this location. Many business like malls is we planning to come over here. Business centers are planned to come over here. So we in a series of covering multiple locations, we are doing Velimela for this month. In the past months, we have done other areas like Budwell, Osman Nagar, Neopolis, and many other locations in the past. So in this month, we're going to cover Velimela and the prospects, the latest developments, as well as investment opportunities in Velimela growth corridor in this webinar today. What are the primary five drivers of Velimela and why this area is gaining a lot of traction this year? And you till I think 2023, 2024, a lot of people are not talking about Velimela or the upper side of the Golden Triangle. But in last at least 1 year, we have seen significant improvement in this area, primarily because of five factors. First of all, this has always been an amazing location, but because of the outer ring road service road not getting further from exit 2, this has been kind of um, not connected to the lower triangle of the Golden Triangle. So that has been one of the problems. But with the new railway overbridge going on at full pace, this is getting the connectivity it deserved, and it is going to be one of the best locations in West Hyderabad. In terms of connectivity, also it has good connectivity to ORR, and as well as through Radial Road 7 and Radial Road 7 extension, you have connectivity to growth IT corridors, as well as you have connectivity to Tillapur, Lingambali, and all those areas as well. So Nalagandla and all those areas. So that is makes the good connectivity. And the third point is the presence of tier one developers. So unlike some of the other areas where there's not been many tier one developers, but in Velimela area, we're seeing significant number of tier one developers coming up over here. You have My Home, Prestige, and Aparna have their projects coming up over here in this location, as well as many tier two developers are in this location. So that is also one of the positives of Velimela area. And coming to the fourth point, you are also going to have upcoming malls, hospital, and business centers. So there are few, I think, at least two to three proposed malls here that will be coming in next few years. Hospitals also coming up over here, and different business centers are planned over here in Velimala area. Fifth point, which actually is valuable for most of the people who actually have kids going to school. For them, some of the great international schools of Hyderabad are closer to Velimala area, whether you are talking about Samasti International School, Gaudium School, Birla Open Minds, Meru International School, Birla Open Minds. There are lots of good international schools in a matter of just 3 to 4 kilometers from this location. I doubt there are many any other place which has that number of great schools closer to this location. So that's going to be the fifth criteria that actually drives the development in this location. Now, coming to the price trend and the locality trend in the last 6 years and for the subsequent 4 years. So, this is the trend from 2020 till 2030. So, if you look at 2020, like Velimela was primarily open plots market in 2020. By the year 2023, it kind of became a villa market, and the price of villas is around 8,000 around 2023. And by 2026, it becomes an apartments market, and by the year 2030, it's going to be premium apartments as well as commercial spaces market. And as you know, each locality in Hyderabad goes through these four different phases. It always starts with open plots market and subsequently becomes a premium apartments and commercial space market. So this is the timeline we are seeing. And by 2030, definitely going to be one of the premium luxury segment apartments community, as well as commercial spaces we're going to see by 2030. As of 2020, the price was around 6,000 per square feet for villas and 3,500 square feet for apartments. By 2023, the average price of villas was close to 8,000 rupees per square feet and apartments was 4,500 rupees per square feet. And when as of this year, the average villa price is around 11,500 rupees per square feet and average price of apartments around 6,500 rupees per square feet. This is considering all different types of developers. So you might see like Prestige is commanding 7,300. Some others are commanding, let's say, 6,000 to 300. So average is close to 6,500, still the current price in Velimela. And by 2030, we are predicting that the average price of villas could be 17,000 rupees per square feet, and average price of apartments could be 10,000 rupees per square feet. Even if you give a kind of a moderate estimate of around 10% from here on, these are definitely the numbers we can achieve by 2030. And quickly looking at some of the apartment options and villas options that we have. But before that, let's have a quick overview of the location. So as you see, you are starting from Anvita Ivana in Kollur, and if you go from this the Outer Ring Road Service Road, you will see Samast International School first over here, and you continue further. Here you have these are all Outer Ring Road, and this is the Radial Road 7 extension. Right side you have Radial Road 7, and this is primarily the Velimela area. And we are talking about areas which is after the railway overbridge. So you have multiple like villa communities you see over here, multiple apartments communities you can see. This is the Velimela road you see on the left. So that is one road where lots of developments are happening, and all areas closer to Outer Ring Road are where all the developments are happening here. So here you can see Gaudium International School, you have Sirade Sky Apartments, Hallmark Nature Nest Village. There are still lots of open space as well. Probably, I think closer to this, you are going to see apartments, and internal to Velimela, you're going to see village. But still, you see many villa communities over here as you go closer to party area. So you see many villa communities which are already there. And this is the point where you have see Hallmark Pinnacle, and that is where is you can say technically the Velimela is. So we are just taking a U-turn from there, and if you see at the other side of the road, we do not have many developments in this side of the road. You have few villa communities like Hallmark Floresta is already there. There is also, I think, another villa community which is coming closer to this area, I think called SR Village, which will be closer to this area. And going further towards exit 2, you can see like Prestige is having their upcoming project. So Prestige Golden Grove will be coming in this location. There are a few other projects which is planned, like I think Prosperity Group has another upcoming project here closer to the railway overbridge. And when you take a left from here, you can go towards Tillapur and Nalagandla area, where you have multiple other projects as well. From My Home Group has this entire area with their apartment communities, and you have the villa community from My Home Group. So this is, in a nutshell, all the primary projects which are there in Velimela area. So coming to some of the apartment options you have in Velimela. So these are the top five in terms of the volume we have in Velimela as of today. The biggest one is obviously Prestige Golden Grove, which is going to spread across 28.7 acres of land and going to have 5,000 plus units. You also have Prosperity Ecam, which is pretty much closer to completion. This is going to have almost 468 units. And here you can see the price for SFT for all of these projects. And here you have also Hallmark Pinnacle, which is around also 800 units are also there in Hallmark Pinnacle. You have Radhe Sky with almost 1,500 units here. And Aditri Empire, which is a bit inside Velimela, which is on the Velimela Pipeline Road. And they also have 2,652 units. And these are the price trend. So as you see, the price is around 6,500 to 7,300, the base price of most of the projects here in this location. And coming to the villas, you have, I think, close to 10, 12 different options here. But we have just taken some of the renowned and which are closer to completion. You have Hallmark Westland Villa. This is one of the newest projects here. You have 119 villas here. You have Radhe Raga, which is around, I think, close to 290 villas. You have Hallmark Nature Nest, which is almost 500 villas, 450 villas. You also have Hallmark Floresta, which is almost 166 villas. And one of the smaller communities is Hallmark 5A, which is on the Velimela Pipeline Road, which is going to have almost 67 villas. There are other, I think, another close to easily 10, 15 projects which are pretty much closer to completion. So multiple villa communities are also coming in Velimala, and there are also proposed villa communities. Lots of them. I think I'm pretty sure Hallmark has the biggest presence in the villa market in Velimala and Party area, and they are coming up with their future projects as well in this location. All right, so I think we can take questions now. I start seeing some hands, and
Yeah, Venkat here. So my question is, I raised the hand, and my question is like you said, Ekam by Prosperity Homes. I mean the project is already about to give handover, right? Is there any other project by Prosperity Homes, or you mentioned the same existing project itself?
they also have another project planned to come. Do not know about
Mhm.
the exact timeline, but there is another project which
Okay.
is going to come pretty close to Prosperity Account,
Okay.
which would be launched
So
maybe
we
in
are
next.
going towards the Patanchar.
No, no, not to that. I
Yeah,
think
go
it's closer to exit two only. So just beside exit two, it is going to pretty
ahead.
close to exit two. It should come in next few
I
months.
I think it
So
is right next to Udyan near that clubhouse, right? On the other side of the
Yes, yes,
track.
exactly. Just opposite side of the truck and behind Udyan. Yeah.
so what is the tentative date to launch that project? Any idea? Any
Yeah, you can
review?
just WhatsApp us on the number. You can WhatsApp us, and as soon as we know, we'll message you, or we check with the developer and let you know.
Ranjit, couple of questions about Velimela specifically. About my home Udyan, do you know how the sales are going? That is one. And are you aware of any hospitals and malls? You said malls are coming up, but anything specific that you know of? Please help
Yeah,
us.
correct. So there is a proposed mall in Velimela Pipeline Road. That is one, which is already there, going on for last 1 year or so. I think planning is going on for last 1 year. There's a proposed mall also just beside Prestige Golden Grove by Prestige Group. That's the second mall. And also, as per my home groups, I'm not sure it's confirmed, but at least when there are some of the sales people say that there's also a proposed mall near to exit 2, closer to my home projects and all. So these are the three malls, at least we know as of today, which will come in next few years. Sorry?
Heard lot of issues from my home Tridasha about the chemical smell or foul smell coming during the nights. So, like,
Yeah.
will Prestige Groove and Velmela is also impacted?
Yeah, at least what I have heard of from the community is that it happened once or twice in a year. It has not been pretty regular. So just once or twice, it may be one of cases. But yeah, I think that's the question for Prestige. Obviously, we can't say if they will be able to handle it or not. But even for Tridasa's case, it's been just 1 or 2 days in a year that has happened. But is Prestige going to take anything to ensure that this doesn't happen again? I think that's probably a question for Prestige.
Okay, thank you.
So in this Velimela area, just wanted your inputs. I see that a lot of projects are being launched.
Hmm.
How do you see these new builders like Anvita and then Radhe and these people? How do you assess these people? Can they be? I mean, are they sales good and their projects? What is your assessment of that?
At least I know Prosperity has been decent because a lot of people who got from them are satisfied with their like sales team and all. Radhe, I do not have much information. So Radhe Sky also, I'm not sure is moving at very fast pace. It's pretty close to Gaudium International School, right? So the development is also not
Yes.
looking going at very fast pace. Maybe I'm wrong, but Prosperity Come is definitely going on good, is what a lot of people have invested there already. Because I just get to know from this from people who are there in all our groups, right? We have almost 15,000 people in different groups. So from their feedback, it is pretty evident that they are happy, the existing customers. There's not a lot of discussion happening on Radhe Sky, to be very fair. I haven't been hearing a lot about Radhe Sky, but Prosperity has been decent in that sense.
Once,
Sorry,
one
go ahead.
second. I'm sorry. So I was just continuing on my previous question. So when you mentioned that the current price range is around 6.5 for this
Hmm.
area, for
Yeah,
these builders, 6,500.
correct.
Uh, do you foresee that it will very sure go up to 9K or even above in the next 3 or 4 years? Are you sure of that for almost all of the builders?
Not sure of all the builders. I'm talking about average price might go reach around 10,000. And that's not a very aggressive estimate, right? If even if you look at 10% or 8% every year, 4 years is going to be around close to 38, 40%, right? So with 40% on top of 6,500 is again already 10,000, right? It's really a very conservative estimate. So it's not like I'm not saying it's 20% per year. Even if you just put 10% per year, it is still 10,000, right? Which can
Hi
happen.
Ranjit,
Okay.
I am Indrajit. My question is regarding EOI, whether the tier 1 builder like Aparna and My Home offers EOI. I never heard that, unlike
My Home,
Prestige Builder.
yeah, My Home recently started doing that in last 2 or 3 of their projects. They started with My Home Akrida, and now they're doing with My Home Udyan. So My Home is definitely doing that for last 2, 3 projects. Aparna, I'm not sure, they haven't started yet. You're right. I don't think they have started yet.
But,
Yeah,
but the
actually, I
difference
booked
is,
in My Home Akrida
Hmm.
and I visited their office many times before launching date. They have never said about EOI.
so
Ye-
my home guys, they are doing UI like 2 or 3 days before, and they're only doing through their marketing team. They're not giving EOI to any channel partners specifically for my home is what I know. Sorry, Ranjit, just
Yes,
for it.
that's correct. Yeah, that's true. So, but it is happening. It's happening. It's whether their sales team is doing or channel partners doing, it's happening for My Home, which was not happening 2 years back. You're right. This is a very recent move from them.
Yeah, I bought in Mutian through EOI. That's how I know for sure.
Yes, yes, yeah.
How much you, what's the cost in EOI for Udyan?
7,300 base price.
Okay, thank you for the information.
And what
Ranjit,
is the regular price now?
I think
It's a
I
20,
think
200
launch
different.
by
200 increase by
7.5.
launch
7.5 or something. Yes.
Okay, okay.
7.4, I
uh,
think, after 100 discount.
Ranjit, what's your take on Prestige Golden Road, like the two BHKs which are OR facing? So, will there be any noise? And like that's 52 floors, so density is also a bit high for that project. But overall, what's your take on that
Yeah, I
project?
think you have to choose the good units and the good views, right? So as everyone enough know that all projects has actually 50% of units are good, 50% are not worth considering, right? So you have to be always a early entrant to all these projects to get. I think in this case, if you get units which is having outer ring road view, you will always have demand, right? So, but if you take
Mm-hmm.
units which are, let's say, interior views, very high floors internal views also bad. Low internal views are good, but high internal view source are not great, right? So you have to decide which one you
Mm-hmm.
want. So every project has a price difference of almost 30% depending on how which units has good views and all, right? So you have to be that. You can't just give a blanket answer that it is going to be great or bad. But if you get good units in with outer ring road view, you'll always be having a demand for those, which is happening. We have seen multiple cases, Prestige, Beverly Hills, and many other projects. You have good view of outer ring road and all. It always is in demand.
Okay, and like 52 floors and that lift.
Yeah,
Ranjit, can you talk about the water situation around Velimela? Like so many projects coming up. Are you aware
yeah.
of
I
any?
am not sure. Like maybe that's a good question for people in our groups who can give the on the ground information. But yeah, I haven't heard. Like if you have some negative news, it will always spread, right? So if it hasn't come up, I assume that it is not there. But it will always safer to check in your WhatsApp groups. So I'll post the link to our
But
WhatsApp groups. You can just post it there. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, right. But the scenario is different here, right? So far it is into the open plats and the villa community in this area, Kollur and Velimela area. But now the trend is going to be changed completely. So future
Yes.
it would be high rise or the more than 150 per acre density. The projects are coming up. So definitely that needs to be considered.
And
Hi, Ranjit. Rahul here.
Ranjit,
Sorry,
can
go
you
ahead.
mark in Google Map key where are all the malls are coming, especially for My Home?
My home, I do not exactly know. I just said this is tentative. I can mark for the other two, but my home, I'm not pretty sure. So,
Ranjit,
Uh,
like the mall is coming by Mantur. Like Mantur company, they're saying like they have a project in Velimala. So they said like they're coming up with a mall. near to that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's one. I think the Mantur group is coming with a mall in Velimela. That's one. And the other is
Yeah.
coming beside the Prestige Golden Grove. These are the two. Yeah. My home,
Okay.
like it,
Is
I
it
think
good
there's
to
a huge
invest in
dam.
these malls?
Unlike apartments, you'll always have demand in first one or two or three floors, right? Max. So if it is a lower floor mall, it's good. But yeah, I think it will be very fair. Like malls which are going to be in demand, the developers really do not sell, right? We have seen many malls which are not being sold by Aparna, DSR, SSI groups, right? Because they know it's going to demand. Only the malls which might not be in demand for future is actually will get. So that's why actually you have to see, is it going to be really in demand? There's no blanket answer as such, but there are few good like commercial properties which you can invest. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, nowadays everybody is saying that the rental value in malls is decreasing day by day,
Yes.
and there are no good developers or builders who are really concentrating on that. And the leasing stores are also facing huge loss. So that's why, is there any good investment commercial properties around here
Right
with
now,
good
no.
rental value?
Right now, nothing is there. There are, I think, all for you can consider individual like commercial spaces, not malls, because good malls, I just told you, like it's not going to be sold by the developer. So, but individual ones, if it comes, you can buy
Okay.
those. There are not many, though at this point of time. But I think always it will happen like this. You'll always have the residential apartments first. The second wave is going to have the commercial development, right? Which is, I think, another at least 1 to 2 years, 2 years for the commercial development going to happen in this area.
Yeah, I have one more question.
Sure.
Why in Miapur area, why the perceptive price is not appreciating since last 2 years? Any idea? I mean,
Yeah.
if someone bought a flat for 6,000 rupees 1 year back or
hmm
1.5 year back, still the price is around 6,600 after one and a half year, 2 years back. In 2 years there is an almost only 600 to 500 appreciation. Any idea about that?
It is like any real estate development is always about stories, right? So you always have to have a story for the mark price to increase. Is there a story in Mayapur? No, right? So maybe just the metro
Yeah.
is only one story, that's it. But there is not much of stories which is there around Mayapur. But if you look at here, you already have like five different stories, right, in Velimela area. Or let's say Budwell. Budwell is a place of stories, right? You have Eco Hill Park coming, you have artificial beach coming, you have Musi River happening, you have hotels coming up. You should have always different stories for the prices to go up. And you also should always be
Okay.
the prospect of upcoming roads, the prospect of upcoming hotels, that only increases price. If it's a developed area and it's already not much scope of like these high-end development coming up like malls and all, then obviously your prices will not increase, right? So that's where Budwell is always better than Miapur if you consider about the prospects of both the areas. Even if Miapur is already pretty developed
Okay.
compared to Budwell, right?
So, are
Yeah,
there
yeah.
any
But
new upcoming projects in Budgel coming here?
There is a project coming from My Home Group, which is there. I think it's to come in next few months. That's not
So,
Udyan, that's
how
a
are you
different
going to
project.
help Ranjit here? I mean, I'm very new to this group. Sorry, I'm asking you a question. So,
Mhm.
how are you going to help people like us, right? Like NRIs or like any other customer? So, how really guide us and how you really get benefit. You get benefit and we get benefit. How actually the process would work
Yeah,
here?
like you can connect with us through the number I shared, right? In
Okay.
Teams. Sorry, not Teams, the Zoom call. So
Mm-hmm.
there you can connect with us so that we'll have one-on-one discussion, right? So this is going to give an overview of the area and also the
Mm-hmm.
very generic positives and negatives, right? We know, like as someone discussed, or Miapur, that's an area to avoid, right? What's even if Velimala is a good area to invest, it's not all locations. It should be always like near the outer ring road. You can't well
Mm-hmm.
blindly go towards the Velimala village and expect your prices to increase. Even if Prestige Golden Grove, you can't blindly buy anything. You have to buy the units which is closer to the outer ring road. So all these details, these are already, I told only 4 to 5 points. There are another 15 points which we can help you if you have a one-on-one call, and we can help you which project to pick and which units to pick, which areas to pick. That is where your demand will be there. You can't really blindly say that I'll invest in Velimela, it will go by 40% in next 4 years. There will be projects where projects and units will be going up by 80%. There are projects and units where you'll get negative returns also in next 3 4 years, right? So that's where you can connect with us one-on-one, and we'll always give you the right advice. So whether we get it or not doesn't matter. Like, we'll always give you the right advice. And you might have seen in my videos, right? I do not only promote for the purpose of just selling, right? It is about the purpose of awareness as well as giving the right kind of information to the customers, right? So you can connect with us one-on-one, and we'll definitely discuss and find best things.
Hi
Okay,
Ranjit, this is
thank you.
Krishna Kant. I just want to know whether it is a good investment to invest in my home Vipina 2 BHK for rental income.
At this point of time is a bit high though. It is like almost increased a bit. But again, as I said, if you are looking for end use or for rental, my home is one of the best places to invest. If you are investing for resale, my home is probably one of the worst places to invest, right? Because of the various agents already, you know that they don't allow you to resell till you get the registration done, right? So if your purpose is for rental or end use, go for it. I think it's one of the better options definitely in that area.
Thank you. And I have one more question, like whether a Prestige Golden Grove can get that much appreciation as Prestige Beverly Hills.
Not exactly, because Prestige Beverly Hills has two things, right? It has the time in its side. It was launched during a phase when everything was in boom. That's one, and also had the location to its side, right? It is both these factors. Prestige Golden Grove has the location in its side is pretty one of the better locations, but it doesn't have the time by its side because in 2026 you are not in a phase of 2023 to 24 5 kind of phase, right? So you'll not see that level of growth what you have seen in Prestige Golden Grove, sorry, Prestige Beverly Hills. But definitely is one of the safer options if you consider today's market. It's a tier one developer at the price point of 7,300. All these factors make it one of the better options which you have today. There's no point in comparing Prestige Beverly Hills because I doubt we'll get back to those times. Yes, sir, you one by one, please. Yeah. So you one person who is say.
Faisal, please go ahead. I will ask
Sorry,
later.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. One thing, don't you think Prestige is overpriced as compared with Woodville or Kokapet location currently?
Prestige Golden
Secondly,
Grove, you
what
mean?
are your thoughts about this is
Golden Grove.
overpriced as
Golden
compared
Grove,
with
right? Prestige Golden
Woodville,
Grove, you said, right?
Golden Grove, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
Velimela
okay.
location.
Yes, yes. What is the second
Overpriced as
question?
compared with other locations. And second is, what are your thoughts about landowner flat share? Like, if the documents are right, can we proceed with the investment if you're
Yeah,
getting a good
answering the
price?
second question first, like landowner shares, we do not work because it's very complicated. And also, there
Mm-hmm.
are lots of legal challenges. So, if you can handle that, go ahead. But we do not have that expertise or anything to handle landowner shares. So, definitely, it's very
Mm-hmm.
complicated topic, right? So, it just, if possible, they go directly from the developers. That's number one. Second is regarding the question of whether this is high price compared to Prestige, sorry, Kokapet or Budwell. Um, Kokapet is right now is around 11,500, right? This is 7,500, almost 4,000 less compared to Kokapet. I think comparing to Kokapet, it is decently priced, but comparing to Budwell, I think my personal opinion, I think others may differ. I think Budwell, much of my opinion, should have a bit higher premium compared to Velimela, but both of them are launching almost the same price. So that is actually, let's say, if something would launch in Budwell at 100 rupees, I would have expected in Velimela to launch at 95. That's my personal experience. I just said earlier, like real estate is all about stories, right? Budwell has a lot of stories attached to it. Velimala has a lot of stories, but not same to Budwell. So that's why it should have been a bit lesser. And you are right, it could have been 7,000 or 7,100, at least 200, 300 less. But nonetheless, so you, as I said, we have to go by the options we have at hand, right? And this is one of the best options, considering all the things we have in our hand.
Indrajit, here I have three questions. One is what's going to come opposite of my home Sayuk? Second is ISKCON temple in Telapur. And third is there any chance of metro coming in the near future or any flyover coming in near futures which can directly connect Gachibowli or some major areas?
Gachibowli to where?
Telapur,
Gachibowli to
my
Delapur.
home Sayuk.
Opposite my home, Sayuk, there is something like some hospitals and police station and all, which is planned to come. That's as per the information from my home team. That's one. Regarding Telapur ISKCON temple, I don't have much like knowledge. Maybe someone else, if know, they can answer. And regarding the third point of like overbridge connecting Sayuk to like Gachibowli, I think the connectivity to connectivity from Sayuk to Gachibowli have multiple different roads, and that is one of the good parts of Telapur and Osman Nagar area, because you have multiple connectivity options through Radial Road. I think 30. You have this Kanchi Gachibowli Road, so there are multiple roads that helps to connect. There's not a like overbridge as such which is coming, but there are multiple roads, 100-foot roads, which helps you to connect to Gachibowli through Outer Ring Road and also. Sayuk is always going to have great connectivity. People have doubt about the density of apartments coming around that location, but it will always have great connectivity to Gachibowli and Financial District.
Any plan of metro extension in the near future near to
Um,
that area?
I don't know, but anyway, if any plans, you should not go by plans, right? We have seen in the past, like even a metro coming to Narsingi was scrapped at the very last minute, right? So I think you should not take a decision based on these plans, which is going to be dependent on like a lot of factors. Instead, which are the stories which would always come up, irrespective of these plans, is what you should go for. For examples, let's say 100-foot roads in Budwell, right? This is coming up. Velimela, you have this railway overbridge which is coming up. Those are the plans we should rely on rather than this futuristic 5 years, 10 years plan. So just I think avoid those plans. This is always a trap for you to invest in a high price.
Thanks,
Do you have
Ranjit.
any idea about developer of Pranati Kiara, the Pranati Group project right opposite to Prestige Group? Yeah, Pranati Kiara is in like
Yeah,
near.
it's opposite to I think Udyan and all. It's just closer to
Yes,
that.
yes. So the
Yeah.
same developer is launching a project opposite to Prestige Golden Grove.
Okay.
Have any idea on it?
No, no. I know there is Soda is coming up there. This closer to
Okay.
Prestige Golden Grove. Pranati, I just said I was showing in Google Earth, there's a huge land bank which is there opposite to Golden Grove. There must be multiple
Yes.
developers which will be coming up. But Pranati, I haven't heard of.
Okay. Like,
What's the price for
is it a good idea to invest in developers like that, or because like there is almost like 20-30% price variation between Prestige and such developers, like they are like literally opposite to each other. So
Yeah,
would
like
that be a safe bet?
if it is really close to the outer ring road, service road, just beside it, then I think it's okay, because those projects will somehow be delivered and will have good demand. But if it is somewhere internal, at least even if 200 meters or 100, 200 meters, then just make a call, like what the price you're getting versus the risk that you have, is it worth it, right? But if just beside the outer ring of service road and having a 30% discount compared to Prestige, maybe worth considering. That's my point.
As well.
Can you repeat for
Uh,
the Fairmont area?
Yeah, it's a definitely good project, and it will always be in demand because of lack of commercial spaces near Kokapet, right? So you can and
Yeah.
I said like there are a few good projects which is available to end users or customers, and this is one of them. If you can get it uh, below maybe fourth or fifth floor, go for it. I think one of the problems in that project is what I should aware you is that project doesn't have escalators. That has only elevators, right? So that is one point to note. So higher floors might be difficult to
Oh,
access.
okay.
So that is one point you should note.
yeah, my
Okay.
home project and the Prestige project, which one you suggest in Kollur?
Are you looking for end use or for investment? I am just trying to give you a very
I
answer
mean,
because
it's at present. It could be both. Like let's say, I mean, we are not sure. We might stay just like investment come and use
yeah. So
purpose.
like I obviously it can depend on a lot of factors, but I'm just giving you a broad
Okay.
answer, very broad answer. Like if you are buying for investment in mind, go for prestige, even if you at the end want to go for end use or for rent. Because going for investment in my home will be very challenging because of the registration you have to do first before selling. That is, you are losing at least 10% by that if you are doing that, right? So investment angle is if at all there, go for prestige. If investment angle is not at all there, go for my home. That's a very broad answer. Obviously, it will depend on a lot of other things, but high level, that is how you can segregate.
Speak about the market glut and 5 lakhs of unsold inventory. What is the truth to it? That's
I think there obviously is some truth. It's less 5 lakhs or 1 lakh or 2 lakh, do not know. But there is truth of unsold inventories, and that is definitely true in a lot of tier 3 developers, right? But if you look at tier 1 developers, um, they are, you go to any tier 1 developer like Tridasa or Live Prestige, Beverly Hills, and any of these projects, go to those projects and see if it is vacant, right? You will not see any vacant apartments there. So the thing is true, but it doesn't apply broadly to all the developers, all the locations. If you pick a good developer, tier 1 developer in a great location, you will always have close to 80-90% occupancy of those projects. So that's the answer. It's true, but it's not blindly can be applied to everything.
Okay, Ranjit, last question. So, is it the right time to invest in Neopolis, and do you have any information about the Cascade project?
Yeah, there are, I think, New Police 3.0 auction started, sorry, was done last 4-5 months back. So projects which are coming in those you can consider. I think Cascades is also coming up with the commercial as well as um, residential apartments there. So they already the plans are going on. I don't think they have
I
got the
think there
approval
is no
yet.
commercial. I think they clearly told me that all are residential flats, and the price also. I think they told me 10,000 plus
Oh, okay,
base
okay.
price.
Because I think it was initial days they were thinking of commercial and residential. I'm not sure the plan has changed. But yeah, you have you have Brigade and Godrej, which is always going to be pretty high price. I think the good option that you're going to have is Eula and Globus, plot number 19, and Cascade. These are the only two value for money projects which you'll probably get in that 3.0 auction. Prestige, sorry, not Prestige, Brigade, Godrej, and MSN are going to have much higher compared to the market price. So you might not get the value if you're an early investor, or if you are planning to invest, then avoid these three developers, Brigade, Godrej, and MSN. Invest in Eula and Cascade with great units, good floors and all. Just be an early entrant, I think that I would say.
Thanks, Ranjit. Thanks for the info.
Ranjit, one last question. Do you recommend to buy 2,500 SFT of around 1.9 CR in Miapur for
Mhm.
end user, or for the same 1.9 CR, do you recommend to buy house in near Nallaganda, Tillapur, or anywhere near Tillapur around 2,000 SFT? There is a 500 SFT difference between these two areas, but the price is same. So
Yeah, I
for
think
end
it
user, I
depends.
mean those who want to live in locality.
Yeah, if you are an user who do not have to go to IT corridor, you are okay to stay in Miapur. But if you are an end user who have to come to IT corridor for your day-to-day work, then go for Tillapur because your drive
Okay.
is going to be very challenging from Miapur.
But this could be the same situation after 5 years from Tillapur as well, right?
Not exactly because of multiple different roads. I just said you are going to have 100 feet roads almost everywhere in Tellapur. That's not the case in Miapur, right? You have Radial Road 7, Radial Road 7 extension, Radial Road 30. You have Kanchigachivali Road. All these roads are talking about are 100-feet roads that connect to Outer Ring Road, right? You do not have that level of infrastructure in Miapur, right? So even if one road get congested, and you have always a one-way road, right, in these areas, and you have multiple options. So why, if you look at Kokapet or Telapur, why these areas are getting a lot of traction is just consider how many different options you have to connect to ORR. If you come to Kokapet, you have the Golden Mile Road, you have the new road going to Neopolis,
Yeah.
you have multiple roads connecting to Outer Ring Road. Same with Telapur and Osman Nagar. So you always have alternate route option there in these areas. But Miapur, you always have one road which always connects you to the main road, right? That is going to be the choke point. That's going to be the bottleneck of Miapur. But if you do not have to go, as I said, to come to I2 corridor every day, just go for Miapur because of higher size of apartment. But if you have
Yeah.
to come, then go for Telapur and Osman Nagar and Velimela, even all these areas.
But to the IT corridor from Telapur, financial district and the Kokapet is nearer. But if someone has an office in Mindspace or the Wells Fargo area, then that would be the equal distance for from Telapur as well as Miapur.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Correct?
what I'm saying, talking about like IT corridor is the bigger IT corridor. You have to take all these into consideration, right? You have
Yeah, yeah.
office in
Okay.
summer doesn't mean it is going to throughout your life, right? You will have options
Right.
to all these areas, right? So that's my point.
Right, right. Okay.
Just
Thank you.
one
Thank you
last
so much
question
for all
because
the
it will be
questions.
ending in 2 more minutes. If there are,
Ranjit, one last question actually. I mean, see, currently the question major people are asking questions about Prestige Kollur and Mahim Udyan, right? Like, is it good to wait for Mahim Budwell launch actually? I think there is buzz around about Mahim Budwell as well, right? There for
yeah,
investment.
if you can wait, and if you have confused between Budwell and Velimela, you should wait. Because you will have options, and it's the prices of Velimela is not going to increase overnight so that you can't come back to Velimela maybe in 6 months time, right? So if you can wait, wait for it. But if you can't afford to lose, let's say 5-10%, then go for Velimela. But I think it's always worth considering another option. And Budwell, as I said, is one of the better options as well. Like good, both are almost good options. So you can wait if you um, can take that risk.
One question: why the Deccan town is so high price? They are selling at very high price. What's the reason?
Because Aparna says like sales always higher price compared to every other developers. That's the very one-liner answer.
25 crores for one villa.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think
Is it worth buying in Aparna Sunstone
like some people
for
who
end
bought
use?
it, like I think there is good positives also. It's like about the density, the how the community is like built and all. But I think I just like the price is, my understanding is a bit higher. It should have been lesser compared to what they're selling at.
I believe built wise, my home is having the same kind of built. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, but I think if they have some good amenities and all in Aparna, and it's worth considering. But as I said, the price is a bit high. At least 1,000 rupees less would have been better, but it's much higher priced. So that's the problem. Yeah. It's yeah,
What
okay.
about Anvita Ivana? Last question.
Yeah, it is decent one. You can explore. It's, I think, one of the better projects from a tier 2 developer in that area. Sorry, go ahead. Yes, Aman, this is definitely the last question. Yeah, please ask.
Yeah. Last question. What do you think about the density in the Prestige project? It seems pretty high.
Yes, 172 units per acre. And if you look at Godrej's upcoming project in Neopolis, it's 210 units per acre, right? So, in considering the higher prices of lands nowadays, you should not be surprised to see 200 plus units per acre of land in future. So, it is definitely high, but the future is going to be even higher. So, Godrej, I just say example of in Neopolis, they are coming up with 210 units per acre of land in the Neopolis 3 auction, whatever land they got, that's going to be that high. So it is definitely higher, but if you choose units which are going to have great views and all to Outer Ring Road and all, you will always find buyers if you're looking for selling it or if you're giving for end use also. it will be a worth investment. All right. Okay. So we are pretty much at time. Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining. We'll also post this recording in our YouTube channel as well, so you can watch it later if you want. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Have a good rest of the day and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the answers.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks a lot.